So in this video, I'll be going over what sponsored brand ads are on Amazon and when you should start running them for your account. For those of you who are new here, my name is Benjamin Bolshinsky. I used to work at Amazon in the AVS, Amazon Vendor Services team for around 2.5 years, and now I run a company called Vendor Launch where we work with Amazon vendors to increase their purchase orders. So without further ado, sponsored brand ads are one of the advertising placements that Amazon Advertising offers. I'll show you a quick example on the screen right now. So this top banner ad here, which I'll circle, you can see it says sponsored. So this is a sponsored brand banner ad. So typically it's for driving awareness to a brand, to a number of different products under one particular brand. If we compare this to these first four listings here, 1, 2, 3, 4. So these are sponsored product ads, different from sponsored brand ads. These typically are more about driving orders, driving purchases, and growing sales, whereas a sponsored brand ad can be kind of compared to, say, like a billboard at the side of the road, or a billboard, in a shopping center, in a mall. So kind of more top of funnel, more brand awareness as opposed to driving, purchases, customer purchases. So these sponsored brand ads come in two main forms: a banner, similar to the one at the top here, where the advertiser, the media buyer, has curated 3 products that they want to promote. They've added these 3 products here, and then they've linked the byline of the ad to the brand store. So this is one of the kind of media options with this particular placement. The other one is what's called a video ad here, sponsored brand ad here, by this soft drink company. So again, they've got this video that they've added, and they've labeled attached one product to this sponsored brand ad. It can sometimes also manifest in these sponsored brand ads can appear in this format as well, just at the bottom of the search page results. Similar kind of principle. They're just kind of 3 different ones here. So essentially, the sponsored brand ads appear in a number of different formats. But the most common, and the one that you'll probably be most interested to run, is this one at the top here, this banner ad, which is the header, the banner ad for this particular keyword. I've typed in drinks, and this is what appears. So this is the main one, the most important one, the one that drives the highest ROI within this placement. And so the next question is, when do you actually want to start running these sponsored brand ads? And so as a general kind of rule of thumb, you first want to maximize your sponsored product ads. So these ads here, you want to maximize the ad spend that you're dedicating towards these. And the reason for that is because, again, to drive more unit sales, the sponsored product ads will perform a bit better. After you've maximized kind of your advertising spend, or really at the point at which you have diminishing returns, where increasing your ad spend for sponsored products does not materially increase your total online sales or your purchase orders, then at that point you can start experimenting and running these sponsored brand ads. And to be honest, this will be different for every supplier. Whether that means 3 or 4K per month in ad spend, or whether that means 7K per month in ad spend, 10K per month in ad spend. We have clients that run sponsored brand ads, at different intervals, at a range of different kind of ad spends. Some of them start at 3K a month, some of them don't run any at 7K a month. So it really depends on your particular account and the position that you're in. But again, as a rule of thumb, sponsored products, you first really want to kind of maximize that to the point where you're getting diminishing returns on any increases in ad spend. And the other really important tip that I have with these sponsored brand ads, and something that most vendors that we work with aren't necessarily aware of before they start working with us is sponsored brand ads. Typically, they drive more incrementality for your advertising than sponsored product ads. And so what I mean by that is, like, whenever you invest in any online advertising, you want to answer the question of, does that ad spend drive incremental sales to your business? Because what you don't want to have happen is you increase your ad spend, you start advertising online, and sure, like, the advertising metrics appear good, you're getting advertising sales. But if those advertising sales are cannibalizing your organic sales, in other words, the customer would have bought that product anyway from you, whether or not you ran your ad campaign, then you're wasting your money, right? The advertising metrics might be good on paper, so the return on ad spend might be 300-400%. But if the customers, if every one of those customers would have purchased the product anyway, then you're robbing Peter to pay Paul. You're not driving any incremental sales to your business. And really, the reason we advertise on Amazon and any retail media platform for that matter is we want to drive incremental sales to your business. And again, the way you measure that is you don't look at your advertising metrics. You look at your total online sales, you look at your purchase orders on Amazon, you look at your total sales on the platform. And you want that to increase as you increase your ad spend. So hopefully that makes sense. But the reason why this is important is because sponsored brand ads, in my experience, typically drive more incremental sales than sponsored product ads. The issue with sponsored product ads is if a customer is set on buying your product, so imagine a customer that's been loyal to your products for 20 years, they repeat orders, all they do is they buy your products, they're going to buy your products anyway. They're not the customer that we want to advertise to. In fact, if we could, we wouldn't want to advertise to them at all because they're going to buy the products anyway. So paying for that customer is a waste of money. And so the issue with sponsored products is if I'm a customer and I'm set on buying a Coca-Cola drink, I'll type in Coca-Cola in the search box, I'll click enter, and then I'll usually scroll down until I find the product tile that I want to purchase, and then I'll just click the add to cart button over here. So they will typically buy the products through a sponsored product ad, whereas a sponsored brand ad will not suffer the same fate because a customer then has to open the brand store page, they then have to go through the product listing, so there's more actions for them to take. So if we're trying to minimize customers that are loyal, that will buy our products anyway, then in my experiences, they will not click on the sponsored brand ad. Instead, they'll go down to the product tile, which in many cases, is the sponsored product ad tile, as this one is, that you're running. So that's why, generally speaking, the sponsored brand ads typically drive more incremental sales. Most of the time, the customers that purchase your products through a sponsored brand ad are new customers or customers that are unfamiliar with your brand or customers that are loyal to competitor products. And these really are the bread and butter, are really the customers that we want to target with our Amazon advertising campaigns. So hopefully that helps. If you have any questions, feel free to let me know. And have a great day. Thank you. Bye.